This is the moment you've all been waiting for. We get to finish our horse, so stick around. Welcome back to the shop. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is when we get to finish up our horse. Where we left off last episode, we have our safety stand all built and it's sanded and it's ready to put some stain on. So I'm going to get everything set up and then we're going to start putting some stain on it. And then we're going to jump back into the paint booth and start peeling the tape off our horse. We're going to see what kind of mess I'm going to have to clean up there. So let me get set up and we'll start staining. It's been a few days now since I sprayed the brown paint. It's had plenty of time to dry now. Where I'm at currently is I'm ready to airbrush, and I want to start giving this paint some depth. And the way I achieve that is I'll take some black paint in my airbrush and I'm going to start misting that all on and start giving this paint a little bit of I don't know, tone it and highlight it in some areas. So when we go to clear coat, it'll really give that paint some depth, and there'll be like multiple layers on that. It's a really fun effect, and it's not hard to do. My paint job, again, I am so disappointed with this. I've never had a paint job or a tape job lift like this. I'm not sure why it was doing that, but we're going to move on with it anyways. We'll go back. I normally do have a little bit of bleed I have to touch up, so I'll just go through and touch up. It's a little bit more work, but it's what I'm going to have to do. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get my airbrush set up, and we'll start giving this horse some depth. My airbrushing is done at this point. I've gone in and I've added black. The trick to this when I do this horse, this paint, so that it gives it depth, is I just go over it with some black and I hit some of the highlight areas and I don't go heavy. And you can see me standing way back. I'm just misting that black on and working my way around the horse continually, because I want to lay that paint on, that black on in layers, so that when I go to clear coat this, it's going to go down. You're going to see a real depth to this paint. And I like to leave that base coat of that brown coming through so that you can see all of that. In the sunlight, you'll really see that. It'll really pop. So that's my trick to airbrushing these horses. You'll see some other ones that I do, the dapple grays, the buckskins. I really like to play with color when I get into airbrushing and things. The paint horses is basically a two-part. It's just a light or a chocolate brown base coat, and then I go over it with my black and I just mist it on in layers. And believe me, when you see this after it's clear coated out in the sunlight, you'll see it'll just look like you can just see clear down into it. It's a really cool effect. So that's that. I'm going to start pulling all of my tape and see what kind of mess I've got underneath this tape and see how much work I've got to do there. But whatever it is, we'll deal with it. So I have our paint horse out here in the shop once again. I pulled all of the tape after we've airbrushed, after we painted and of course airbrushed our horse, and I had quite a bit of bleeding because of the tape not wanting to stick. And again, that's about the first time out of all these years that I've done this that I've had that kind of reaction to painter's tape. I don't know why, it just didn't want to stick, but again, that's why I call this the Greenfield Pickle Factory. There's always a kind of a problem that develops, so we have to work our way around it. Anyways, so I've gone ahead, I pulled it out here in the shop, and I'm taking an artist brush in my white paint, and I'm just going around and cleaning up these edges. I already did a lot of it on this side. I'm working on the other side right now, and there's a few more places I need to touch up. But again, normally when I pull the tape off of a horse, I do have a little bit of bleed, so normally I do go through and touch up. So it's nothing uncommon that I don't do anyways. So this just takes a little bit more time, but again, the end result's going to be the same. So I'll move over on the other side and we'll start getting this all touched up. Well, good morning. We're in the paint booth and we're ready to start spraying our clear on our stand and on our horse. First thing I'm going to do is spray sanding sealer on the stand and on the hoof rails. Let that dry and then we'll get set up and we'll start spraying our clear coat.
We got our windows down, driving down the 405, sing along to the radio. We're gonna make it someday, nothing's gonna get in our way. We will be the biggest band in town. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Gonna quit my job, never wanna have no boss. I just wanna play my rock and roll like they do on the radio. Tommy's got brand new drums, and I still have my old guitar. And John said this next song's gonna be real good, if you know what I mean. Round and round the world we'll go, putting on the greatest show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Show. So make sure that you don't miss out, just be there. Oh, just be there. We're taking our shot, bring what you got. We're going all the way to the top. We will hear the sound of 1 million people screaming our names when we're backstage. We'll play loud, surfing the crowd. Everybody's jumping around. Yeah, that's the place where I wanna be. Going on stage, headline on a Saturday night. Oh, 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 Saturday night. Oh, oh, oh.
Our first coat of finish is on our stand. It feels pretty good. We'll give it a second coat here and hopefully we can get away with 2 coats.
Sunglasses looking so right, hitting the streets in my
And here it is. Our paint horse is in the paint booth. It's all painted and ready for our first coat of clear. Our first coat is on, and I've gone ahead and I've given it a light sand with 220, and I'm ready to hit our second coat. It's the next day here at the shop, and our horse has 3 coats of gloss clear on it, and I'll tell you, it looks fantastic. A little bit of light coming through the window into the paint booth, that gloss really gives that paint some nice depth, and you can almost pull some copper tones out of there. It's definitely the effect I was going for, and it looks fantastic. I wanted to talk real quick about the finishes that I use here at the shop. You're probably wondering what I sprayed on this horse and what I do spray here. I've been spraying solvent-based pre-catalyzed lacquers here for over 20 years with a lot of success. And I've been wanting to try the waterborne finishes, so I've been slowly transitioning over to the waterborne finishes. I did a little bit of research, and I chose Sherwin-Williams, the Sher-Wood Kem Aqua Plus brand, as my waterborne finish to try. And I'll tell you, I'm not disappointed. A little bit of a learning curve coming from solvent-based to a waterborne finish, and but it goes on, and once you spray it a little bit, you get a knack for it. It goes on beautifully, and it looks just like the solvent-based finishes. So I'm really impressed with it. If you've never shot a waterborne finish or any finish, I would definitely recommend check them out and give that a shot. Well, we're pretty much to the point now we can carry this big guy out and we can start final assembly, start putting its hair, its mane and tail on, get its saddle put on, and get this horse buttoned up and get it ready to send to the family.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind any way. She told me that things was gonna change if I wanted her. I couldn't stay the same, so I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Yeah, everything she asked I left in the past, just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated, all I've been domesticated. She told me to top off her Jeep, the one I bought her when I sold my old GT. And I bumped in to my good friend, and he asked me where the hell had I been. So I told him what she told me. If I didn't change, she was gonna leave. So I stopped going down on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Everything she asked I left in the past, just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated, I'm domesticated. But when I got home, she sat me down, said she wasn't happy and she wanted out. Everything about the man she once loved is long gone, baby, and it's all because I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Everything she asked I left in the past, just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be do is stay at home all damn day.
here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud. Let's pack up a life, baby, and call it a night. 'Cause the longer we stay here, the harder the fight. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark, ain't nothing but a one-way. We won't regret this. kiss the past goodbye. I'm longing to live this free life I've been hearing about. You will see us howling like wolves in the night, 'cause nothing is stronger than wanting what you might get. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Ain't no worries, ain't no worries. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you? Oh, 'cause as long as we're together, home can be a million different things. I said, hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Hey, yeah, 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 call it a start by leaving behind what's breaking our hearts. I said, hey, yeah, 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 follow the spark. Ain't nothing but a one way. Ain't nothing but a one way. We don't belong here. I want more out of life. The longer we stay here, our boots get stuck in the mud.
Well, here he is. Our horse is all complete. His mane, tail, saddle, bridle is all fitted and he's looking fantastic. The only thing left to do is to hang our tag from the bridle. Then he's off to his forever home. If this is something that you've thought about making or you've never seen a horse like this and you might want to take one on and build one yourself, you're always welcome to comment and reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have. Now, full disclosure, these are not my design. This design's been around for centuries, and I picked up a book years ago on how to make them, and it was put out by Anthony Dew at the Rocking Horse shop. That's where I get my saddle, bridle, the kit to finish off these horses, and I highly recommend them. They're top quality materials, and they're great people to deal with. So I'll leave a link in the description where you can get all of that source material. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me or even reach out to them. Fantastic people. I've been doing business with them for over 20 years. Now, the only thing left to do is back the van in here and get our big guy loaded up, and we're off to go deliver. Well, we're back from our weekend in North Carolina, and we had a lot of fun. One thing I failed to mention, the family had asked me, they have a group of homeschool kids there, and had asked me if I'd be willing to do a presentation when I came down to deliver their horse. And of course, I'm always delighted to do a demonstration and talk to especially kids, you know, about what I do. And I think the kids really had a great time, and they were real attentive and real interested in what I had to say, and they had a lot of fun questions. So we had a really great time. Of course, then my wife and I kicked around. We got to go to Charlotte Speedway and kind of kick around the Charlotte Speedway a little bit and see that and a few other little things before we, you know, had to run back up here, and I had to get back to the shop and of course get back to work. Thanks a lot for following along. I hope you've enjoyed this series. And again, if this is something that you might be interested in, think about, you'd like to make one yourself, reach out to me. You can comment below, and I can help you as far as where to get all of the plans and the materials and things. Again, that comes from the Rocking Horse shop in England. And they have different levels as far as plans and things that you can make. And so they have from beginner to expert, and they can guide you, and I can also help guide you if this is something that you want to do. This channel, again, is for you. I plan on doing a lot more other things other than just the horses. Right now, that's been my focus, but I have other plans and I have other ideas and things in the works, so that's going to be coming along. So if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing, and again, hit the bell so that you're notified whenever I post a video. Check me out on Instagram at Greenfield Woodworks, and of course, I have a website, greenfieldwoodworks.com. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you back here at the shop real soon.